बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बी ज़िदनी इल्मा। ऐ मेरे रब मेरे इल्म में इजाफ़ा फरमा, आमीन। अस्सलाम वालेकुम class, I am your physics teacher Iram. We are discussing chapter 13 electrostatics. Our today's topics are advantages of electrostatics and the hazards of static electricity. These are the last topics of this chapter. After learning these topics, you will be able to know about the applications of electrostatics and describe the working of electrostatic air cleaner as well as method of electrostatic powder painting. You will also know about the hazards of static electricity. Let's recall some of the important points. Static charges can be generated by different methods. Friction and electrostatics are among them. Like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. During electrostatic induction, I think you remember this process that during electrostatic induction, whenever a charged body is brought close to a neutral body, the near end of that body develops an unlike charge while its far end develops a like charge. It means that it is actually a distribution of the charges on a body, that the charges get separated but they remain on that body. So we can say that electrostatic induction is a process of distribution of the charges among a neutral body. It can also be used to charge a body, and we have discussed that method also. Applications of electrostatics. Static electricity has important applications in our everyday lives, such as photocopying, car painting, extracting dust from dirty carpets, and extracting dust from chimneys of industry. First one is electrostatic air cleaner. As it is clear from its name that it is a device which is used to clean the air. It is used to extract the dust particles from the air. So an electrostatic air cleaner is used in homes to relieve the discomfort of allergy sufferers. Air mixed with dust and pollen enters the device across a positively charged mesh. Its first part is a positively charged mesh. The airborne particles become positively charged when they make contact with the mesh. What happens here? When the air mixed with dust particles pass from this positively charged mesh, what happens? These particles, the dust particles, become positively charged. Why? Because when they hit, as they are neutral as a whole, they are having equal number of positive and negative charges. When they make contact with the positively charged mesh, their electrons will transfer to the positive um, charge body, that mesh, and they will remain with only positive charge when they make contact with the mesh. So here they become positively charged. Then they pass through a second negatively charged mesh. As they are now positively charged, what will happen? They will get attracted towards the negatively charged mesh. This is the second part of air cleaner. The electrostatic force of attraction between positively charged particles in the air and the negatively charged mesh causes the particles to deposit out of the surface of mesh. So what will happen, that the dust particles with positively charged, with positive charge, remain there on the negatively charged mesh, and the clean air will move out from the air cleaner. So this process we can remove a very high percentage of contaminants from the air stream. Let's see how it happens. Here is a picture in which you can see in this picture you can see the dirty air moving from the pre-filter, and then you can see two parts, the positively charged and the negatively charged. One is called ionizer and second is the collector. The dirty particles, when they hit to the ionizer, they get positively charged, and the positively charged dust particles will get attracted towards the negatively charged collector, and they will remain there. They will be, because the collector is negatively charged and the particles are positively charged, so they will get attracted towards the negatively charged collector and they will remain there, and the clean air will move out from the air cleaner. This is the after filter, and the clean air move outward from the air cleaner. That's how it works. Here you can see a short video, the dirty air moving from pre-filter, and when strikes the ionizer gets positively charged, and the collector collects the dust particles because they are now positively charged and they get attracted toward the negatively charged collector. So they deposit there, and the clean air moves from after filter and move outward from the air cleaner. The clean air is moving out from the cleaner. That's how the working of the air cleaner. This is the working of air cleaner. Now the second application of electrostatics is the electrostatic powder painting. Automobile manufacturers use static electricity to paint new cars. The body of a car is charged and then the paint is given the opposite charge by charging the nozzle of the sprayer. The body of car is first charged. It can be given either positive or negative charge, and then the paint is given the opposite charge. If the body of car is positively charged, the paint will be given negative charge. If the body of the car is negative charge, then the paint will be given with positive charge. By charging the nozzle of the sprayer. Sprayer is the device which is used to spray the paint on the cars. Due to mutual repulsion, charged particles are pushed out of nozzle. Nozzle is the end of sprayer from which the paint particles will move outward and form a fine mist which is attracted towards the oppositely charged car and are evenly distributed on the surface of object. As all the particles of the paint will have same charge, they will get separated, they will get repelled from each other, and they will be finally attracted towards the charged body of the car, and they will be evenly distributed over the surface. The charged paint particles stick to the body just like a charged balloon sticks to the wall. Once the paint dries, it sticks much better to the car and it is smoother because it is uniformly distributed. It is uniformly distributed over the car body. This is very effective, efficient and economical way of painting automobiles on a large scale. Here you can see the electrostatic spray gun, coating powder spraying, and the nozzle. It is given with high voltage so that the paint particles can be charged, and when they emit out from the nozzle they are attracted towards the oppositely charged car body and they will stick there. They will stick on the oppositely charged body. Oven curing means after the drying it will be smoothly distributed over the whole body. Here you can see that due to the electric field between two charges, the paint particles which are having opposite charge to the car body, they will attract towards the positively charged particles, and they will be evenly distributed over this surface due to opposite charges. That is the electrostatic powder painting. They were the applications of electrostatics. Now let's discuss some hazards of the static electricity. Static electricity has some hazards. First of all, let's discuss what is static electricity. Static electricity is an imbalance of electric charges within or on the surface of a material. The charge remains until it is able to move away by means of an electric current or electrical discharge. It means that static electricity is an imbalance of electric charges. Whenever a neutral body is here, it will have same number of positive and negative charges. But when it is due to electrostatic induction, they can be get separated. but they will remain there on the surface of a material. The charge remains until it is able to move away by means of electric current or electrical discharge. Whenever that body is connected with another device, or there is some path for the electrons to flow, then there will be the current generated. But if there is no path of discharge of these charges, then they will remain there and form the static electricity. It has some hazards. That first is the lightning. The phenomenon of lightning occurs due to large quantity of electric charge which builds up in the heavy thunder clouds. The thunderclouds are charged by friction between the water molecules in the thunderclouds and the air molecules. As you know that the clouds are formed due to water vapors and air is there, so the friction between the air molecules and the water molecules will produce charges in the thunderclouds. They are charged by friction, the friction between water and the air molecules. When the charge on the thunderclouds is sufficiently high, it induces opposite charge on the objects present on the ground. So as the friction gives one type of charge on the thunderclouds, so they will induce the opposite charge on the objects present on the ground, giving rise to a strong electric field, because the clouds will have one type of charge, for mostly positively charged. They are at high potential, so due to electrostatic induction they will induce negative charge on the bodies present on the ground, and there will be an electric field generated there. Suddenly the charge in the cloud jumps to the ground with a violent spark and explosion. This is called lightning. It is very common. uh, I think you also have seen this phenomena. To prevent lightning from damaging tall buildings, it is very dangerous for the tall objects. That's why it is preferred to not to go under the trees during lightning. It is preferred to be in the open area. To prevent lightning from damaging tall buildings, lightning conductors are used. As that buildings have electrical equipments also, so it can and if they are unprotected, the lightning can destroy electrical equipments and other things inside the buildings, and the buildings as a whole also. The purpose of lightning conductor is to provide a safe discharge path for the large amount of negative charge in the air to flow from the top of building to the earth. So what is the purpose of these lightning conductors? They actually save the buildings from damaging through lightning. They will just uh, what we can say, divert the path of the charges present in the air and provide a safe path for the discharge to the ground. So the large amount of charge in the air to flow from top of the building to the earth. In this way, the chances of lightning damage due to sudden discharge can be minimized. They are like this. You can see the lightning here, how the lightning is created. The region of positive charge concentration on the clouds and region of negative charge concentration on the clouds, so they will get attracted towards the positive charges. They will induce positive charges on the ground. Here you can see the negative charges on the cloud, and they will induce positive charges on the earth, and this is the path of lightning. You can see it will be due to the electric field present between the clouds and the earth. Here are some facts about the lightning. Lightning is around 27,000 degree Celsius. That is 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun. And when lightning strikes, it makes a hole in the air called a channel. After the lightning is gone, the hole collapses. The sound you hear when the hole collapses is thunder actually. These are the lightning conductors. A light rod diverts lightning to the ground via a conductive pathway. As they are made up, they are the conductors, so they will take the charges and take the charges from the lightning and move them to the ground. The lightning rod, here you can see the lightning rod provides a safe pathway to the ground so that the excessive charge can be grounded easily and remain, and the building will be protected in this way. Fires or explosions, this is another hazard or disadvantage of static electricity. Static electricity is a major cause of fires and explosions at many places. A fire or an explosion may occur due to excessive buildup of electric charges produced by friction. So here, due to friction, static electricity can be generated by friction of gasoline being pumped into a vehicle or container. As you know that the gasoline is pumped into the vehicle through a nozzle, so there will be a friction between gasoline and the pipe. It can also be produced when we get out of the car or remove an article of clothing. Static charges are dangerous. If static charges are allowed to discharge through the areas where there is petrol vapor, a fire can occur and it is very dangerous. Here you can see the different incidents. This warning sign you see at petrol pumps commonly. Turn off cellular phones while at refueling locations. Park in such areas could cause an explosion or fire resulting in bodily injury or death. It can create havocs there. Here you can see a deadly fire. So that was all about our today's topics, the applications of electrostatics and the hazards of static electricity. In case of any problem, you can ask anything anytime. Here's your homework. After watching the video and reading the topic from book, you have to answer the following questions. What is meant by static electricity? And during lightning, while you are in the car, why you should not come out of your car? You have to answer these questions short in 2 to 3 lines only. Thank you.